Congressman Jamal Bowman says capitalism is slavery by another name. No, it's not. It's the thing that has given more people more prosperity and hope than any other system, flawed though it surely is. But again, something like the free market is kind of synonymous with America. And if you don't like it, I don't know how you can say you love this country. But I am a perspective guy. And that's what too much of the left has lost, perspective. 72% of black people under 30 are optimistic about their future in America. Way more than white people the same age. And as far as the land goes, yes, I guess we could change the name of Captain America to Captain Stolen Land.
Bill Maher is absolutely torching the left for trashing America, and it's almost satisfying to watch. He argues that many on the left now act like they hate the country simply because Trump and the GOP took power a few years ago, as if America suddenly turned into a disaster overnight. In his view, this change in attitude says more about politics than reality.
That is what's so odd about this time that we're living in. For all the talk about fighting for the soul of America, nobody seems to like it very much. Too many liberals give the impression that to them, America is just a big, ugh. The red, white, and ew. A country that started out bad and will always be bad, founded on an unrelenting history of sucking.
Maher isn't attacking the right here. He's calling out his own side. According to him, it's liberals who have become experts at describing America as a broken, failing place. Yes, the country has problems, and nobody serious denies that. But in his view, it is nowhere near the extreme picture often painted in political arguments. He believes the constant outrage isn't really about principle or deep research. It's about something else entirely. Once you strip away the emotion, he argues, it often comes down to power. When a side is out of power, the country suddenly looks worse to them. That shift in tone, he suggests, is the real story.
So he made an amazing speech about race and called Reverend Wright's words a bunch of rants that aren't grounded in truth. He said Wright
expressed a profoundly distorted view of this country, a view that sees white racism as endemic.
This idea connects back to earlier political moments, including the controversy involving Reverend Jeremiah Wright. Wright claimed that the U.S. government was systematically harming black Americans, a statement that caused major political shockwaves. Then President Barack Obama responded carefully, acknowledging real historical pain while rejecting the idea that the government was actively engineering that suffering. It was a balancing act between emotion and fact. Maher sees a similar pattern today, where strong emotional claims often clash with more grounded reality.
Part of that mind virus is progressivophobia, Steven Pinker's term for the liberal fear of ever admitting when things are actually good. As The Economist puts it about America today, an economy with an unemployment rate of 4% and a per-person GDP of $85,000 does not have to be made great again. It is great. And yet, the economy is the Christmas Eve voters' other big issue, and they think it's terrible, when actually it's bigger and better than ever.
Maher argues that facts don't match the idea that America is a collapsing dystopia. By most measurable standards, the U.S. still outperforms many countries that critics often praise. Economic strength, medical innovation, wages, and opportunity all remain relatively high. His point is not that everything is perfect, but that the picture is far more balanced than political rhetoric suggests. He also claims that some on the left struggle to accept progress when it happens, because it weakens their core narrative. In his view, that refusal to acknowledge improvement has become a serious blind spot.
I am a perspective guy, and that's what too much of the left has lost, perspective. 72% of black people under 30 are optimistic about their future in America, way more than white people the same age. And as far as the land goes, yes, I guess we could change the name of Captain America to Captain Stolen Land.
He also pushes back on the idea that America is uniquely hostile to marginalized groups. Over decades, major civil rights progress has been made, supported by laws and social programs. He points to one of the most significant milestones in U.S. history, the election of Barack Obama, not once, but twice. For him, that moment alone challenges the claim that the system is entirely rigged or broken. It doesn't erase inequality or ongoing problems, but it does show major change over time. In his view, that kind of progress often gets overlooked in modern political debates.
Congressman Jamal Bowman says capitalism is slavery by another name. No, it's not. It's the thing that has given more people more prosperity and hope than any other system, flawed though it surely is. But again, something like the free market is kind of synonymous with America. And if you don't like it, I don't know how you can say you love this country.
Maher then turns to the debate over capitalism and socialism. He argues that while socialism sounds appealing in theory, it consistently struggles in practice. He challenges critics to name a country where it has fully succeeded in the way it is often described. For him, capitalism remains the strongest system for creating opportunity and upward mobility. His frustration is that many on the left, in his view, have developed an instinctive dislike of free markets without fully weighing the alternatives. He sees that shift not as progress, but as a step backward dressed in new language.
You know who loves this country? You know who's not constantly complaining about what happened 200 years ago and who's not obsessed with seeing America through shit-colored glasses and shaking off the stench of what irredeemable, privileged assholes we are? Immigrants. Ask any of them why they came here, and they will tell you the same thing. Ron DeSantis put me on a plane. But they will also tell you that America, for all that's so shitty about it right now, is still the last best hope. And those people asking for our votes to take it over should remember that.
One of Maher's strongest points focuses on immigrants. He argues that many people who move to the United States from difficult conditions still see America as a land of opportunity. They leave everything behind, take huge risks, and endure major challenges to get here. For him, that behavior says something important. People don't take those risks for a country they believe is hopeless. Instead, they come because they believe life can improve. He sees a contradiction between that belief and the way some critics describe the country from a distance.
The truth about America today, what Democrats should have been selling, is everything that should be low and down is. Unemployment, low. Black unemployment, low. Poverty rate, low. Gas prices, down. And everything that should be up and high is. Manufacturing, real wages, the stock market, personal spending, personal savings, oil production. The U.S. now produces more energy than it uses, which is saying something since we have Las Vegas.
Maher also argues that Americans should be more willing to acknowledge what the country does well. Despite global challenges, the U.S. continues to show strong energy production, economic resilience, and technological leadership. Poverty rates have shifted over time. Unemployment often remains relatively low, and innovation continues to grow. His point is that recognizing these facts doesn't mean ignoring problems. It simply means telling the full story. In his view, constant negativity isn't real critique. It becomes distortion. He believes Americans deserve a more balanced conversation about their country.
Undecideds don't get that message because Democrats can't make the words, "things aren't so bad," ever come out of their mouths, lest someone somewhere accuse them of not caring enough about people who are struggling. But even in a good economy, some segment of society will always struggle with money, mostly liberal arts majors.
At the same time, Maher doesn't claim America is flawless. He openly acknowledges its problems and inequalities. But he draws a clear line between criticism and total rejection. Every large country has poverty and struggle within it. That is not unique to the United States. He also argues that not every issue can be blamed on systems alone. Personal responsibility, choices, and circumstances all play a role in people's outcomes. For him, avoiding that discussion leads to an incomplete understanding of reality.
If what you're selling is let's be normal again, here's an idea. Be normal.
In the end, Maher's argument is simple. America is not perfect, but it is not the broken nation some portray it to be. He believes that turning every flaw into proof of collapse is not honest criticism. It is political framing. As a lifelong liberal, he speaks from inside his own political world, which is what makes his critique more striking. His message is that the country deserves honesty, not exaggeration. America has delivered real progress, real opportunity, and real change, even if it still has work to do. And that, in his view, is the truth that gets lost in today's political noise.